So this is the result of the effect so far. I did notice that I went with 5 million inadvertently. 5 million is fine for the final render, but to continue working I may reduce this. Actually, I will reduce quite substantially the amount of particles. We could also continue playing with some of the forces, for example, the size of the turbulence, the speed of the flames. For now, I will leave it like that, but in the end, it's up to you if you want to keep playing with the shape and timing of the flames. So let's get into the color. First of all, let's reduce the constant birth rate to 500,000, not 5 million. And the color can be taken care of after the simulation. So first of all, let's export the result of this DOP network. And for that, you can use a .io node. So here where it says DOP network, we can simply click and drag the DOP network. The DOP node also resides within the DOP network, but we can type /, and if you go inside the network, what we need is this pop object. So we could copy the name of the object, Control C, go back, and in our .io node, paste the name of the node that we need. And here under presets, you can select particles. And this will set up the necessary fields that will be imported for us. So let's just make sure that everything's working fine. And apparently it does. So what I'm going to do here is, if you remember, we generated a black and white color here under the set kill color. And then we deleted all of the particles that were below the 0.5 range. So what this means is that currently we have points going from 0.5 values to 1. And I'm going to use this knowledge to create a gradient ramp between these two colors. So let me go back a few frames. I will add a point VOP. I would call it set color. And actually, we will also set the alpha here. So I will call it set color and alpha. Let's also change the color of the node as usual and dive inside. And first of all, what I'm going to do is add a fit range, and I will connect it to the color attribute. So actually, here's an important thing. The color is a vector value, and for now I only need one of the components. It could be the red, green, or blue components. They're all the same for now because all the points have shades of gray. So I will only work with one of these attributes and convert that into a different color ramp. So let's do this together. It will make more sense. Lay down a vector to float. And remember, 3 values are coming in, red, green, and blue. And we will only output the red value connected to the fit. And I will change the source minimum to 0.5. Remember, we deleted everything that's below the 0.5 values. Now, if we simply connect this back to our color, you will notice that we have new ranges going from black or 0 to white. But instead of doing this, I will add a ramp node, or actually a ramp parameter node, just before the output. This ramp is automatically promoted. So if you go up, here we have our new ramp. And here we can change the colors. So let's say that we want the core colors yellow. We could change the white color. and the outer colors red. Here you can play with these colors and whatever color is in between. For example, we could add an orange. And I know that I will have all the red colors in the outer zone and the yellow colors in the core. So let's cache a few frames. Another thing that I want to do is here under the top network, under the cache tab, let's increase the cache memory. Let's go with 5 times more. And this is starting to look very nice. So before we cache a final simulation, let's work with the alpha values. So basically the alpha attribute will determine the transparency of each point at render time. And we can use what we already started here. I will add another ramp parameter. I will also connect it to the fit range. But this time I will output an attribute that doesn't exist. So let's add a bind export node. This is a float value, so type is okay. Let's change the name to alpha with capital A and connect the ramp value to this input. So we would need to change the name of the ramp so it doesn't have the same name as this one. So let's call this one color ramp. The other one alpha ramp. Go back to the sub context. And in this case, the black color would yield transparent particles. Of course, the white will yield opaque particles, and the grays would be values in between. So let's go back to our yellow colors. And actually, I will use white color for the core. After that, I will add a very bright yellow. Dark red at the core. And probably push the oranges more towards the outward. So let's go with this for now, and in the next video I'll teach you how to render the particles.